far southern Missouri, and we could see heat indices up to 120 degrees today. That may be regardless. Some areas will see feels like temperatures greater than 110. Advisory in orange, and right now temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. In Lebanon, 90 in Monette right now, and feels like temperatures already 101. 7 in Poplar Bluff, 103 in Salem, and 98 is what it feels like here. Heading into the afternoon today, many will feel close to 110 by around 4. So north of I-44, maybe not as hot, all thanks to a cold front moving on in to 4 p.m. mid to upper 90s from I-44 and off to the south. I'd say low highs in some of our northernmost counties. We'll talk more about the cold front and some rain chances with it. Kind of rain off to this morning. We want to rule out a few showers out ahead of that front for the afternoon. But as we head into the evening hours, or even a storm possible in some of our far easternmost counties. Then in northern Arkansas, we are looking at maybe a little bit better closer to 8 o'clock. And then overnight tonight, we dry out. Tomorrow morning should be pretty quiet. And then mostly sunny tomorrow. A little bit of rain stays off to our north for your Wednesday. It's hot this afternoon. Feels like temperatures will become a little bit better north of I-44. However, I-44 and off to the south still by 4 feeling around 110. Maybe 115 in some spots. And then heading into 9 p.m. we'll see feels 80s north, still low 90s further to the south, but tomorrow will be much better. So we'll be in the 90s, mid to upper 90s along and south of I-44. To maybe some mid 90s north of the interstate as well. And then overnight tonight, lows cooling. Some mid to upper 60s. Waking up tomorrow morning, 64 will feel really fantastic in Rolla tomorrow morning. Now tomorrow afternoon, I want to show you your highs because it'll just feel so much more pleasant. I think you'll be a little bit warmer in our northeastern counties, still closer to the mid 80s as well, but really highs is actually a little bit below average for this time of year. Here's kind of our weather setup. We've been talking about this ridge yesterday, today. Cold front moves through, and at the surface we'll have kind of this more north low that'll pull in some cooler air. Well, this ridge begins to work its way back here in the U.S., actually even strengthening at the start of next week, and it is going to get hot again, even hotter, I would say, than what we're looking at now. So mid 80s for high. Thursday, Friday, rain chances going up as well, and we'll see a few showers and some storms on into early Saturday morning, 90s Saturday afternoon, mid 90s on Sunday. Trying to climb close to 100 degrees at the start of next week. But here's the shower chance. Thursday, I'd say it's mostly north of I-44. Friday, some better coverage, some brief pockets of and then we'll continue to see some showers overnight into Saturday morning, but cover less for the day on Saturday. Rainfall total wise, with most of it falling on Friday over the days, we'll see on average about half of an inch of rain or less. However, some pockets of in some of our northernmost counties could drop maybe closer to an inch, inch and a half. Next, a lot for the day tomorrow. We are looking at muggy to almost comfy conditions. Far southern Missouri, north central Arkansas today. Heat indices up to 120 degrees. Most will be less than that, but still that 110 to 115 range will likely be the sweet spot, but nothing sweet about it. It's going to feel pretty rough today. Heat advisory in the orange you see there. Temperatures right now are in the low to a few mid 90s, little bit cooler, 86 in Warsaw and Rolla. We're tracking a cold front starting to move on in. What feels like temperatures right now, 104 in Harrison, 100 in Branson and Springfield, 112 right now back down towards the Boot Heel currently. And through the day today, we'll see feels like temperatures warming up a bit more, likely back in around 100 and we'll say 8 to about 115 into the afternoon hours. Once again, not as north of I-44. Highs today mid to upper 90s from I-44 to the south. Low to mid 90s north of the interstate as that cold front arrives a little bit earlier, and we're tracking a small chance for rain and an isolated storm today and cooler air tomorrow that I'll talk about coming up soon. A cold front working its way through the Ozarks. It'll push, but for many that won't really arrive until tomorrow. There is a small rain chance as well. Right now though, we are looking dry. Most will stay dry today too. Just a shower or storm in some of our easternmost counties by the mid-afternoon, and then into the evening, chance in parts of northern Arkansas for a few showers, isolated thunderstorm. This is then we dry out overnight tonight, tomorrow morning, starting off with some sunshine and a lot of sunshine. Now feels like temperatures today as we head into hours will get a little bit better north of the interstate. Further south though, especially northern Arkansas, 110 to 115 will likely be the trend by around. Hotter spots certainly possible too. Then by 9 o'clock, 80s to low 90s look a lot better. Actual temperatures today, low to mid 90s for highs. Counties, mid to upper 90s here from Springfield, further south, and flirting with Harrison this afternoon. It will be a very hot day today, and then this evening low to mid 80s. Overnight lows tonight will be pretty pleasant, especially north. Some spots in the mid 60s, 65 in Camdenton, Houston, Rolla. Back down in parts of northern Arkansas. Then tomorrow afternoon will look completely. Will be about 10 degrees cooler for your highs, sitting a little bit below average in the low to mid 80s. This upper level ridge that's brought us the heat yesterday and today. But at the surface, we have this kind of northerly flow now, some drier air starting to be a little bit more mild and tolerable midweek for us. However, this upper level ridge and strong southerly flow, and the ridge really situates itself here in central U.S. at the start of next week, and we will get hot again quickly. So we'll be in the mid 80s. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, average Saturday, and then mid 90s for your Sunday again by the start of next week. We do have a couple rain chances. They are a little bit smaller. Thursday. Our best chance for the week will arrive on Friday. I don't want to rule out a few afternoon showers on Thursday. That'll keeps us mostly dry, and don't get me wrong, most will be dry on Thursday. That better chance. Some greater coverage, especially here in Missouri, maybe a few still in northern into Saturday morning, and then I think we dry out for your Saturday afternoon. Now it will be a amount of rain at this point. We'll take what we can get after a stretch of some drier days for some of you. These did see a decent amount though yesterday. We are looking at on average about half of an inch of rain or further south you go. Our northernmost counties though could pick up maybe closer to an inch, inch and a half with most of that weather back over in the northeast, where we have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings right now from Pennsylvania into New York, and several severe storms, including a tornado warning back over in West Virginia there today. Storms tracking off to the east. Level 3 enhanced risk for severe storms back from Kentucky up into Pennsylvania this afternoon, and including most of New Jersey for the day today. Off to the south, we are tracking our second named storm for hurricane season. We have Tropical Storm Bertha right here that developed into yesterday. Winds right now sustained at 60 miles an hour within that storm, tracking off northwest slowly at about 3 miles an hour. Some tropical storm warnings and watches from Florida through Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. And this storm is to work its way further off to the west and make landfall as a tropical storm later on this week in Louisiana before working its way back into the Gulf, kind of right there and dropping a decent amount of rain along the coastline. It's a hot day across much of the U.S. In Dallas for a high today, 95 in Denver, 84 only in Cincinnati. Looking at a cold front moving on in, and what's happening behind the front, our winds are shifting And so there they go. We are looking at winds shifting in some of our northern starts to move on in. Of course, winds are not very strong right now for the day today, but that will push in some slightly cooler and certainly some drier air for us. Of the day today, you may not feel it today. You will feel it tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have much lower dew points back in the 60s, maybe even in the 50s. And we'll continue to look at our temperature in some upper 90s of northern Arkansas. Your sweatcast today, sweaty to dangerous across much of the area. Cold front slides on in, and by tomorrow we'll actually have some pretty comfy conditions here across the Ozarks. Lower dew points should feel really nice. Highs will be back in the mid-80s only to a hot day. We have been upgraded in some parts to an extreme heat warning here for areas mostly along and south of Highway 60. Heat advisory in orange, and we'll continue to see heat indices over the next couple of hours. I'd say around 105 to maybe still isolated 115 for the next hour or so. Actual temperatures are in the mid 90s for most, but check it out, 99 right now in Branson, 98 in Harrison currently, as well as Mountain Home. We have a cold front sliding on through, so that's why our northern counties aren't as hot right now, but it's still been a warm day for you. 103 is what it feels like here in Springfield, 109 in Branson, as well as Harrison. Check it out back towards the Boot Heel, 112 in Poplar Bluff, 115 in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, 116 in Tulsa. So certainly a hot day today. By 6 o'clock, we'll feel still like the 100s back close to the state lines, and then overnight tonight getting a lot better. We'll wake up tomorrow morning in the mid to upper 60s. Should feel pretty pleasant out the door with lower humidity, and highs tomorrow will climb back only into the mid 80s for many, actually a little bit average for this time of year. It'll feel like a completely different season. We'll talk more about some rain chances though coming up, heading closer to the weekend here in just a bit. Air moving in behind a cold front, and we'll certainly feel it tomorrow. We'll talk more about this front, some rain, better rain chances heading closer to the weekend coming up. Hours of some big heat of Highway 60 right now, and we actually have a little bit of rain now developing along the right now. Some heavy rain into parts of Oregon County, heading over towards Alton right now. We've had some in Fulton County, isolated in Douglas County, and then back over here a little bit east of Harrison, and we'll continue to see maybe a few isolated showers for the next couple of hours as that front moves further off to the south. This is 8 p.m. at maybe a little bit of rain, and then overnight tonight, dry and clear and more sunshine. Tomorrow be mostly sunny tomorrow afternoon, maybe a few more clouds Wednesday evening, Wednesday overnight and into the day on Thursday. So it feels like temperature hours, they are going to be dropping by 9 o'clock. We'll still feel like the mid to upper Highway 60, and then south some 90s for you, which will feel better than the day. But actual temperatures are going to be fantastic tonight. This is a look here. We're still in the low to mid 80s. Humidity will be dropping, and then lows to 60s for you tomorrow morning for a few of you. 64 in Rollo, going to feel fantastic. Upper 60s here in Springfield, 69 in Harrison, 67 in West. Tomorrow afternoon, we're actually a little bit below average. Average high is 90 degrees. Mid 80s, just go ahead and make some outdoor plans for the day tomorrow, and then we'll have Thursday too. So here's what we've been tracking. Big upper level ridge back towards the Rockies. That's yesterday and today. At the surface though, that cold front will begin to take over and cool us. Flow for tomorrow into Thursday and Friday. We're looking pretty mild. However, we're going to get hot again, and maybe even a bit hotter as well as take shape. It's dominant here across the central U.S. at the start of next week. Climb back above average. So we'll be in the mid 80s Wednesday through Friday, then in the 90s average Saturday, mid 90s Sunday, upper 90s, maybe even a few triple digits at the start of next week. And we are tracking a little bit of rain on the way for your Friday as well. So Thursday, I think we'll have an isolated shower or two, maybe north of I-44. It's a lower chance. Most of the day will be dry. Friday will be the wettest day of the week. Best coverage as well, especially here north of Highway 60. But I do think we'll see maybe a few showers moving into northern Arkansas as well. And then we'll try and dry out heading into Saturday afternoon. Rain total wise, most picking up half of an inch of rain or less this week, aside from maybe a heavy band that could drop in some of our northernmost counties around an inch, inch and a half of rise. Sweaty to dangerous across the Ozarks. So we've moved into the afternoon in some of our northern counties, just a bit sticky to all thanks to a cold front. Heading into the evening, though, still dangerous by around 7 o'clock. Northern Arkansas with higher humidity. And then tomorrow we'll actually add in some comfy to a little sticky. It's just going to feel a lot better than today. And it has brought a few showers and thunderstorms back over into Oregon County. We are looking through Job, heading over towards Myrtle. Couch got in on a bit of some heavy rain. Rear Alton getting in on a little bit of rain, and then back over here towards Peel. Some moderate to brief heavy rain as well. Bull Shoals, a quick passing. And as we head into the next couple of days, we'll be dry for your Wednesday. Small rain in some of our northern counties, and then our best chance will be Friday. Some may linger into Saturday. It will be mostly dry into the start of next week. I'll get out of the way here so you see dry. And temperatures will be a little bit more mild tomorrow, but we have another big warm up on the way that'll cooling off. We'll be in the mid 80s still by around 9 o'clock, and then overnight tonight cooling off nicely. We will drop back into the mid to upper 60s tomorrow morning, a little bit cooler north of I-44. Mostly clear skies, lighter winds coming in from the north, pushing in some drier air. Tomorrow will feel like a completely different season. We'll be in the mid 80s for highs for most. I'd say a little bit warmer in our northern and eastern counties than this model shows, but regardless, it's going to feel fantastic. We are looking at some rain chances though on the horizon again, closer to the weekend. That'll time out coming up on KY3 News at 5. For the counties highlighted in orange today, we've seen feels like temperatures well into the 100s. Actual temperatures flirted with 100 in Branson today, 97 right now for you, 98 in Harrison, 91 only in Camdenton, 89 in Warsaw. Feels like temperatures right now are still in the 100s. 109 is what it feels like in Branson and Harrison, 112 in Rogers, and check it out, 117 in Poplar Bluff is what it feels like. As we take you into the next couple of hours, feels like temperatures by 10 still in the upper 80s in Arkansas, but a cold front will have passed by and should be pretty pleasant. Overnight tonight, your lows will fall back into the 60s, mid 60s. Our northern counties will feel great, and highs tomorrow about 10 degrees or even more cooler by 4 o'clock. Many only in the mid 80s for highs, and we'll continue to look at a few showers over the next couple of hours for just some of you, very isolated, but our better rain chance on the way close to your Friday. We'll talk more about that timing coming up. Cold front working right now. It's already passed through our northern counties, and you guys haven't been as hot. Regardless, it's just been a hot July day, but currently looking at a little bit of rain along the front in Arkansas. Some brief pockets of some heavy rain move through Oregon County, clearing towards Yellville. You're about to see a bit of some brief moderate to heavy rain. Thunderstorm east of Harrison right now, but overall rain's pretty isolated. Still in northern Arkansas, the rest of us looking dry now, and then continue tonight. Starting tomorrow morning off with a lot of sunshine, and then tomorrow afternoon sunny, isolated shower maybe Wednesday night, and then again on Thursday. Out of a Thursday by any means either. Over the next couple of hours, our temperatures will off. Here's a look at your heat indices, your feels like temperatures. Let's take you into 9. Like the 90s in far southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, with temperatures a lot more tonight into tomorrow morning. Here's a look at 9 p.m. Some 70s. Mid 80s still in Branson, Mountain Home, Rogers. In the mid 60s for some north of Highway 60. 69 waking up in Branson. So a little bit more mild, and it will come with lower humidity. So tomorrow will feel afternoon will feel like a completely different season. For many, about 10 degrees cooler. We'll be in the mid 80s for highs, maybe a few upper 80s in northern Arkansas. Still features this big upper level ridge, but that cold front at the surface is going to be pushing northerly, drier air, a little bit cooler, a little bit below. We'll be watching this ridge closely. It does build back on in really overhead at the start. That is going to bring the heat again. So we'll have a couple mild days and then it gets very. So we'll be in the mid 80s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even some rain chances on the way. Best chance of the week will come Friday, and then some may linger into Saturday, Sunday. So Thursday, this model shows us pretty dry. I do think, though, we will see maybe a few isolated showers, mostly north of I-44. Better rain coverage Friday during the day and into the evening hours. Some will linger overnight into Saturday morning, but drier heading into Saturday afternoon right now. And rainfall total wise, most of it falling on Friday, will likely pick up.
Taking you to summer school, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon 57 years ago. What part of the moon did they land on? The Sea of Tranquility, the Sea of Rains, or Taurus-Littrow Valley?
I'm going to say Sea of Tranquility.
I'm with you. I'm going to do that too. And the survey says it is the Sea of Tranquility.
I totally guessed.
You did?
I did.
Ah. All right. In the case of the moon, the sea does not refer to a body of water in this case, but the darker areas on the surface where lava has solidified. Armstrong and Aldrin had to maneuver their lander in the final minutes of their descent to avoid giant boulders. Apollo 15 landed in the Sea of Rains, which is northwest of the Sea of Tranquility. Apollo 17 landed in Taurus-Littrow Valley, which is deeper than the Grand Canyon. So now you have a little bit of background there.
Wow.
A lot of background.
That's a lot of background.
Yeah. All right. The hot weather right back here in half an hour.